Hey, what's going on, guys? Just came back home. Did a little, did a little few hours. Nothing too major. I didn't get a chance to go out, earlier. Had some appointments, and my daughter had to go to the dentist, and things like that. So I wasn't able to, log in until dinner time. But I just wanted to get something in there. And then tomorrow, I'm definitely going to work all day. But yeah, so I logged in about 4:50, somewhere around there. I got this Old Spaghetti Factory 458, $8.70 plus for 2.3 miles. Good offer, good start, to the evening. $6.70 in tips. Was able to, they were pretty quick. It's usually almost always ready when I get there. So I was able to grab that, drop it off. As you can see right there, 20 minutes online time for the 870. Then I got another good solid offer, $8 plus for 2.5, going to Chili's Bar and Grill. So yeah, man. I mean, these are two good back-to-back offers, to start the evening with. Got that at about 5:25. And you can see there at 50 minutes. I'm at $16.70. Okay, so then I get this from Chicken Salad Chick. Another good offer, $9.50 for 5.3 miles. Took that ready when I got there. Again, all these orders were, all three of them. There you go, $26.20 for just a little over an hour. So, pretty good. Hour and 13 minutes for $26.20. And then I did get an upside down Torchy's tacos. I declined it. I didn't take this one. It was $12.25 going 12.4 miles. Yeah, no, I had three good solid offers. I did decline this, but I knew I was going to have to accept my next one because by declining this, it threw me back down to 70 again. So, I was kind of like on the bubble, like, man, do I just want to call it quits? I mean, it's only 6:30, but at the same time, like, if I get another crappy order, it's going to either force me to accept it to stay platinum or deny it, and drop below platinum and then have to struggle tomorrow again. So I stood on. I just kind of crossing my fingers, and I got this. It was a gem, honestly. $38.83, guys. $27.33 in tips. 8 miles. That's it. 8 miles for $38. Now there was some complications with this order. I'm gonna go over that. So it was a stacked offer. One customer at Safeway, 11 items, 13 units. Most of it was fairly easy. Everything was easy, except when I got to the hamburger. So the hamburger was 80/20 is what the customer wanted. Okay, they wanted a 1 pound package, but it was a value pack. Don't know what a value pack is. The 1 pound packages that were there, they were not the right ones. So I couldn't find this value pack of ground beef. I mean, I found the 1 pound package. I found the 80/20. So I sent the customer a message. Of course, they never responded. So, with the updates to the Shopper app now, everything look totally different. So like the way you would handle substitutions and whatnot. But I was able to just add the substitution for another 1 pound ground beef. I just added it because the customer wasn't responding. So after it took a little while, I finally got that added. Went, checked out. Cool. Went to PetSmart. Picked up the 3 orders there. That was for 3 separate customers. So it was a retail pickup. I didn't have to shop it. A lot of it was like gerbil food, like the hay or whatever for inside, like the rabbit cage or whatever. Some cat food, some dog food, just a bunch of random stuff. So I got all that loaded into my vehicle, and then I knew the hardest part should have been done, right? Now just dropping everything off. So the first stop was the Safeway, okay? Now, the reason why I really got upset and I almost left the order on the road, I'll be honest with you, is because, I start the GPS instructions. I'm going to, where it's directing me through the Dasher app to go. Now, the comments that the customer put in said Featherstone Apartments. And, I kind of like when they do that because, now I can look for, the sign going into the apartments and, just to make sure that I'm going into the right one, because sometimes the GPS be off. And that's what I thought had happened here. Okay, so the GPS brought me right to these apartments, but the name of the apartments said Kalo. Okay, the customer said that they were in Featherstone. So I was like, well, this clearly can't be the right one. Now, there was apartments across the street, but those were Palmer Park. So I was like, well, it's not those either. There's only those two complexes on that street, Kalo and the Palmer Park. So I messaged the customer and I said, hey, the GPS said I'm here. However, it says Kalo outside. And I know you put down that you were in Featherstone. And he's like, nah, man, you're in the wrong one. So I'm like, well, clearly. Well, where's Featherstone? So I tried just getting off of it and going into my regular Google Maps, and I tried typing in Featherstone Apartments. It didn't even pop up. Like they're ghost towns or something, ghost complex. Like it wouldn't even pop up on my Google Maps. So he's like, nah, man, you're in the wrong one. You got to go here. You got to go here. There's none at all. I'm going around the block. I mean, I spent like 20 minutes trying to find these apartments. And finally he goes outside. He's like, well, let me take a look at the sign. And he goes outside and he's like, oh yeah, they're Kalo. Bro, I was so pissed off. I'm like, I was literally just at those apartments. Like literally just at those apartments. I even have the message where I said, hey, I'm in front of the Kalo Apartments. And he was like, nah, you're in the wrong one. They're called Featherstone. So, and then when he goes outside and looks at the sign, he's like, oh no, my bad. It is Kalo. So after spending like 20 minutes driving around trying to find this ghost apartments, I was in the right one the whole entire time, and then it was weird too because he put like the apartment number, but he said there's no building letters, but all the apartments had letters like A, B, C, D. And then finally he's like, oh yeah, I'm in building F. I'm like, if he had provided the right information from the get-go, he could have had his food a lot sooner and it would have saved me time, But it was like he was getting mad at me because he made a mistake and gave me the wrong apartments. Like, that's not my fault. I'm going off of what is presented to me as a driver, what I'm looking at. It says Featherstone. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for Kalo, but then he's like, oh no, it's Kalo, my bad, I mean, he apologized. It's cool, I'm saying? He got his food late, but then that sent me kind of late for the other 3 deliveries. So that last one was pretty bad because, I spent a lot of time on that. That was unnecessary. I mean, I first spent time in the grocery store because they didn't have the hamburger. And then spending time on that, which set me late for my other three deliveries, it's like, man, it sucked. So that was my Venturous. I mean, the 3883 was fine for the 8 miles. That's actually a really good offer. It was just all the time waiting, at the store, and then that whole fiasco with the apartments. But I mean, finally I was able to get it to him, and then I got all the other ones delivered. They were a little late, but like off by like a minute or two. It wasn't really that bad. But yeah, everything got done. And there you go. You can see what I made in the 3 hours and 30 minutes, 31 minutes, 6503. Not much, but for only 3.5 hours. So 6503, 3.5, 1858 an hour. I mean, like I said, that could have easily been close to 20 an hour. I could have shaved off that half an hour and got it all done in 3 hours instead of 3.5. But, that whole fiasco just kind of bummed me out. But I mean, it is what it is. Overall, honestly, for what Wednesday night, wasn't bad. It was actually pretty busy. I mean, I would have stayed on, but I was already kind of like burnt out after that last delivery. I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to wrap it up, and then start fresh tomorrow morning. So hopefully tomorrow will be busy. We'll see. I know last Thursday I did pretty good, so see if we can continue that. But I'm back down to 71% AR now, so I got to be careful. So tomorrow I might have to accept a lot of orders, maybe even a couple I don't want to accept, just to kind of build my acceptance rate up to like 74, 75, just to give myself a little wiggle room, because when you're down to 70, 71%, you really don't have no wiggle room, So you get a bad order, you're going to have to take it. So hopefully they'll give me my bad orders later on after I built up some AR. So I don't get stuck in the morning taking a bunch of crap offers going far away or whatever the case may be. So we'll see. But yeah, so that was my 3.5 hours, guys. I'm about to cash out for the evening, and then I'll do another update tomorrow, depending, if it's a good update. I don't want to keep posting a bunch of garbage, but if I have a good day tomorrow, I might consider making a video and just throwing it on here. But anyways, guys, that was my short and brief evening. I hope you all did good today. I hope you was out there making your money, and appreciate y'all for viewing my channel and viewing my content. And like I said, man, just like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side later.